Hey guys, this is Anthony Bromrell, and in this video we're going to take this little pendulum and we're going to animate it like Richard Williams does from pages 48 through 50. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just, we have Maya open. To get access to this file, of course, you should go to your Git repository. So I'll just jump over to a browser, and you could see that I have these files. They're loaded in. Now, you may not have the files because you may have forked my repo later. So to get these files on your computer, it's really pretty simple. You're going to go to your fork. So click on this fork button. Actually, click on this little drop down. And I have forked this repository as well. So I'm going to click on that. And what you're going to see is this little sync fork button. And what this is going to do is allow you to get the files. So you're going to click that button, and it says it's not behind and upstream. That's because I just barely forked it and it's the same. But if yours is different, it'll tell you to sync. So click that button, it should sync, and then you should be able to open it on your drive. So you're going to go to Maya. If you go to File, and if you go to, as long as your folder, your project's in the right spot. So if I go to Recent Projects, and it's in the Maya folder of the 1100, 1200 Essentials Git repository. So you should be able to then just go to File, Open Scene, and it should appear on your file list. So we're going to open Animation Page 50 Starter. Okay. And then we're going to switch Maya to animation. So from modeling to animation. So we're going to drop on down here. If you have any issues with any windows being open or weird pop-ups, you're just going to come over here and you're going to hit reset and lower that just a little bit. I'm going to hit the A key to frame this, and off we go. So I'm going to, we're just going to do this in over 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to change my timing from 200 to 24. Okay, and Richard Williams, what he's talking about is having these arcs, and he has these numbers 1 through 5 on page 49, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just select this button. I'm going to hit the E key. That's going to give me rotate, and I'm going to rotate on one of the axes. So let's just go here. It's rotate Z. So I'm going to type in the number -25. Okay. And on frame 1, I'm going to hit the S key. Right. And, according to Richard Williams, if I were to go to the 5th frame, that's the exact opposite. So in this situation, I'm not going to go to frame 5 because it'll just run way too fast. So I'm going to go over to frame 24, and I'm going to type in a +25. Okay. And I'm going to hit the F key on these frames, and you're going to see a few of these are curvy. Well, actually, that's not true. The only one that has a curve is this one here. And if we just push play by default, you're going to see it's going to swing one way only. So made a little mistake in my animation. That's okay. I'm going to undo, just hit the Z key until that red line disappears. And I'm going to do frame 1 and frame 25 the same, so S. Then I'm going to come over here to frame, let's go frame 13, and I'll do 13 the opposite. So this is going to be a 25. Okay, then we'll push play, and you'll see that, I didn't hit the S key. Got to hit the S key. So +25, hit return, then hit S. Now it should swing one way, and we'll have to go back to frame 25 and make this -25. Got it. We'll hit S. Now, by default, it's pretty much doing already what Richard Williams wants us to do to frame 50. So if we turn our page to frame our page to frame 50, if we turn to page 50, our book to page 50, you'll see that we have easing built in. Now, why do we have easing built in? Well, that's because Maya does the keys for us. Okay, so I'm going to hit the escape key, and that'll stop the animation. And we're just going to clean up our animation keys just a little bit. We should do this anyway. So anything that's flat, we're going to select those lines. I'm just going to click and pull and just hit the delete key. And that's going to clean out everything except for rotate Z. And the reason I want to do that is just to isolate this curve. I'm going to hit the F key so we can see the pendulum. Now, you're not going to see this if this isn't selected. So how this is working is this is the timing in this direction, right? Timing in this direction, spacing in this direction, okay? And what's happening is it's easing here and it's easing here. Now, if we were to just mod these just a little bit, make this like a hard hit, so it hits hard here, pulling these up, making these lines is going to change the whole animation. So we push play, and you can see it's hitting hard on the ends, which we don't want, right? So we're just going to undo that, but I wanted you to see the result. Now, so what it's doing is it's easing out, and then it's gaining speed. Here is gaining speed, and then it's flattening down once more, and it's slowing, right? So this is the ease out. If you were to read the book, that's the ease out. This side is the ease in, and then it repeats. Ease out on this side, and this side is the ease in. Now, if you were to take this and manipulate the curve, you're going to get some different results. So if I pull this curve down, we're going to get this sort of thing, right? So you can see it's going very fast in this direction, and then so this is going slower because it's longer, and this is going faster because it's steeper. So feel free to experiment, but really the translation that I want you to see is that Maya does a lot of what's called the in-between work. So in this case, what Richard Williams calls this are the extremes, right? So extreme on frame 1, extreme on frame 13, and then repeating frame 1 again on frame 24. Those are the extremes. And in between are the breakdowns. And we don't need to sit and set all the keys because we have this graph editor. So I'll flatten that back down. Actually, you can see some different results. So if I were to break that connection, you can see that's going to hit hard, do a little bit of a bounce there, right? So, and these top bars, these do all sorts of interesting different things, right? So, feel free to experiment with them. But that's the basics of extremes and breakdowns from pages again 48 through 50. And this week we want you to read all the pages starting from page 43, maybe it's page 41 to page 91. And that covers this video. So go ahead and start animating that, and then we'll see you in the next one.